Good day, traders. Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. Wednesday, April 29th. Daily currency levels for the British pound crosses. Just looking at today's major news calendar, we have the advanced GDP tonight, 8:30 a.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. Nothing else on the calendar. Later this week we have the Fed, of course. We have tomorrow the Fed and Chinese manufacturing PMI, the Euro main refinancing rate, and the monetary policy statement for the Euro, as well as the Canadian GDP and the U.S. unemployment claims and Europe press conference. Friday night at 10 p.m. we have the 10 a.m. New York Eastern Standard Time again. We have the ISM manufacturing PMI. So first up, we're looking at the pound Aussie, and as usual, we look at the 4-hour chart. A lot of people have asked me how I use the 4-hour chart. I'm mainly looking at the major quarterly levels and to see, obviously, if we have other major swing highs and swing lows that would give me an indication of a possible stop hunt. You can see that we've cleared out stops from January just in the last 4 hours. And our next major stopping point is the 9,000 level prior to heading even lower to January's lows around 88.50. But in the short term, we still have a micro trend line that is intact. It has not been broken. And we have the market trading off of 92.50 and falling through a breakout pullback scenario. And it has done one measured move of that distance. And again, we're at that 9100, just below the 9100 level, but inside of that 250 pip box. So this market possibly may have the ability to go down to the 000 level at 9,000. When we look at our 15-minute chart, again, for this particular pair, I've left my colorings on just to give traders the idea of the 12-candle window. The Asia high-low was broken and extended in that second 3-hour window. Then we had a 1, 2, 3 pullback to double zeros. We've broken through that lower 00 box, and we are now retesting that swing low. This market, as we head into the Europe Open, if it was to take out this swing high, has the possibility of making a major reversal through the highs of the day and the high of Asia and the high of the day, possibly heading back towards profitable trades from last night's New York session, up around that 91, 90, 9200 area. Currently, we are below the 00s, and this market needs to break back through this level. Otherwise, I would be looking for shorts either into the Europe Open off of 00s or to continue down possibly to 90.50 for a stop hunt back up towards the 00 level. But we have a 1, 2, 3 up and a 1, 2, 3 down. If we were to get any kind of an engulfment or reversal pattern that cleared the 00s, I would look for this market to move right back through all these highs, back through the high of the day, and a measured move can take us up somewhere in that 91.50 area, no problem at all. But again, it needs to clear that 00 level. Our next pair is the pound Canadian. And again, on our 4-hour chart, we can see this market is still trading sideways between the 73.80 level and that upper 7,500 level box. We took out stops from last week's swing low and this week's swing low, and we're currently sideways, still inside of that short position up top and the long position off the bottom. This market, possibly if it was to break that level at 73.75, could retest and take out the lows from 3 weeks ago as well, down at that 73.30 level, and that would allow this market to possibly head all the way down to 72.50. So right now we have a breakdown and a consolidation. This market possibly could continue that move down for a measured move down to 72.50. When we look at our 15-minute chart, we can see that the market again went up and stop hunted traders from Monday's session before reversing and taking out yesterday's low into the U.S. session close and consolidating. We're currently trading underneath of the 7,400 level inside of the 00 box. And this level could act as significant resistance. When we look at our Asia highs and lows, that market has worked up into 7,400 and gone into consolidation and has not yet broken back through that double zero. If that area was to hold, we can see this market heading back through the lows of yesterday and also to last Friday's low down in the lower 73.30 area. If this market was to clear above the double zeros, it has the possibility of taking out last night's swing highs and heading back towards yesterday's 74.50 area and possibly even towards yesterday's high. But again, this double zero level is currently acting as resistance, and we can see that market sell off and head down. Next up is our pound Swiss. Again, we had a couple large moves yesterday on that pair. We pinned up and took stops out up towards the 2200 area, and this market has still got stops below Friday night's swing low as well as the low of the week down in that 2000 level box. So we're still inside of that 250 pip box. We have a possibly a peak formation in place, but this market is making an attempt to come back up and possibly just stop hunting traders who were short somewhere up in that 2150 area. When we look at our 15-minute chart, we can see that market went straight up in a vertical formation, clearing out stops all the way up before putting in a peak formation and pulling back and then selling off in the U.S. session. We have profitable traders up at that 2150 area from New York session, where we have pushed new highs as we head into the close of Asia. We are pushing up higher. We possibly could retest that 2150, hitting stops of break-even traders before selling off and possibly retesting the low of the day. Again, 2150 could act as a major area for selling off. Pound yen. Again, on our 4-hour chart, another pair that's been trading in a sideways consolidation. We've been hitting stops up above that. I'll just clear this out. We've been hitting stops below the 133.75 area. They've pinned that last week, and we've pushed up into that twice before breaking down yesterday and going into consolidation. So currently we're retesting that breakout below the 33.10 area. We have stops below Friday's swing lows as well as last week's lows. So if this market was to roll over and head towards the 32.50 level, we possibly could have this market breaking down and taking out stops all the way down through 31.90 and possibly lower. When we look at our 15-minute chart, again, we see we had highs of the day have taken out. This market has extended its highs as we head into that second 3-hour window in Asia. So that market is working its way up towards the double zeros. It possibly could act as a major resistance area. If it was to break through the double zeros, it would definitely head back up towards last night's short traders from the U.S. session and even past that to the high of yesterday. But if this double zero area was to act as a selling level, we could see that market take out the low of the day and head back towards last Friday's lows at 32.38. Currently below the double zero, so we'll have to pay particular attention to how it handles that. Pound New Zealand. This market, similar to the Pound Aussie, has broken down and has broken into the next 250 level box below 500. It's hit stops from 2 weeks ago and has pinned those. Currently there are stops below today's low of the day at 380, 2.0380. Again, this market still has a micro trend line down. No real evidence of this market changing directions yet. When we look at our 15-minute chart, we can see that market sold off after a 150 pip move up in Asia yesterday and gradually worked its way lower throughout both the London and the New York sessions, heading into the close and a consolidation and continuing that move down before pulling off of the double zeros with a big pin. The Asia high and low were just hit in the last hour, and we have a breakdown below the 50 level box. So we're inside of a double zero box. This market's broken down below 50 and possibly may find a bit of resistance and a continuation for a move down through the low of the day through that 380 level. Currently, as we head in towards the last 15-minute candle of the hour, this market has broken below 50 and could possibly continue that move down to the double zeros. Up next is our pound. Again, we have a high of the week stops above 25.18 and a swing low from yesterday's session below 24.19, so a 100 pip range approximately, where this market is now trading back up towards the 2500 level. When we look at our 15-minute chart, we have stops up at near that 2500 level from last night's US session sell-off. And this market has moved up quite aggressively, obviously in a stop hunt form. If it was to get up towards that level again, we could see that market definitely roll over at 2500 for a move back all the way back down to the lows. This market has gone straight vertical right off the bat this morning, and again stops up just below that 2490 level from last night's US session sell-off. Just in closing, traders, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. We know what the banks are going to do. They're going to hit the stops on one side, hit them on the other. They're going to drag you up high to sell it off or drag you down low to buy it up. Stay out of the inside. Let them show us their hand first. When they go into consolidation or they give us an opportunity to position ourselves with a tight risk and asymmetrical profit target, piggyback on the smart money. Hold on to your winners. Have a great trading day, and may the markets go with you.
Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High-Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.